All right, so it looks like Starfield's coming out with a new update May 15th. They have it listed as a regular update, but they also say it's a major update in the title. Starfield's largest update since launch is coming May 15th. The May update includes more detailed service maps, new gameplay difficulty options, and performance settings, and new features for ship customizations. Ooh, they have a video. Let's check this out and see exactly what they're talking about here.
Hi, I'm Jess Finster,
Hey,
Community
Freeze.
Director at Bethesda, and I'm here today at Bethesda Game
we're
Studios
good.
to talk to you all about the next update coming to Starfield. The team has been hard at work, so let's go chat with them to see what they've been working on. So with Update 4 on the horizon, what are some of the new features that players have to look forward to?
So we've seen a lot of feedback online that players really want a lot more utility and detail in our surface maps. So we took what's there, we blew it all up, and instead now we have a whole new aesthetic to the surface maps where you can see the terrain, all the detail in the terrain, trees, rocks, all the structures in the loaded zone. It's a lot easier to navigate. We've also made it easier to get.
Is that what they were talking about on the surface map? Duh, that's exactly what they meant. That's actually really dope. So when you go to the map in Starfield, you're just gonna be able to see like all the trees and the terrain. You know, if you actually want to make that trip, you can make that decision. That's actually pretty dope.
The cities, you can see markers for all the shops, the enhanced boutiques, restaurants, you name it, it's all there. It's a lot easier to get around now.
Thank God. The amount of times that I get lost in that main city is insane.
With Update 4, we're also adding a bunch of gameplay options. So for that, players can really tune their experience how they prefer. We're adjusting things like capacity of vendor credits, the actual carry weight.
Good.
Additionally, aspects to difficulty. So some of those, depending on how you play, you can actually tune to be like space combat more difficult or gun combat less difficult. It's really up to you.
So you can change the difficulty depending on what you're doing in the game. That's a new one. That's the first time I've ever seen a game actually do that. I don't know about any other games that do that. That's pretty sick.
And how you balance them, it'll change how you get XP.
That's awesome. So you're really upping the ante for players that want an even bigger challenge.
Yeah, and with that, we actually are adding what's called the extreme difficulty. It sits above very hard, and it really makes you pay attention, especially for the higher level characters.
Kind of like veteran mode in Call of Duty.
How about ship customization? I know players are really capitalizing on all of the ship content.
You know, I am excited to hear about this because the ship customization in these games confused the ever-living crap out of me. So I'm glad that they're doing stuff with this.
Content in the game, and we've seen some really crazy stuff out there that I'm sure you guys have seen as well. But are you adding anything more to the ship customization?
Yeah, so people love to customize their ships. Like there are some of the builds out there are just
I know when I first played, I almost said Bethesda, but when I first played Starfield, I spent obviously I played the game, got a little bit of money and got into it and this, that, and the third, but I spent at least 2 or 3 hours just sitting in that screen of customizing my ship and having so many module errors that I just couldn't have what I wanted. I just got mad, got rid of it, and didn't have any customized ship from there. That's my TED Talk.
mind-blowing, some beautiful, beautiful stuff. So now we're turning our attention to the inside of the ships. So we're adding a decorate mode.
Oh, that's cool.
Fully furnish and customize the interior layout of the ships.
That's awesome for people that want to play some RPG type modes.
Basically everything you can do in outpost mode, we can now do in the ship, and
not
it
modes,
saves,
but
and you can do that to your entire fleet. In addition to decorate mode, we're also offering a whole new set of empty habs. So basically, instead of pre-cluttered habs in the ship builder, we'll have a new set where there's no furniture, there's no decorations, nothing. It's a total blank slate, so players can just kind of fill it up with their own stuff.
I might have to spend some time making
to emulate whatever their personality showcase is outside.
Yeah, I might have to spend some time on another ship. Maybe actually get it done this time.
New Game Plus. Is there anything being added to this update that helps the players after they've completed the campaign to return to the game?
Yeah, so if you're like me and you find the more you go through the Unity, the more you become the hunter, the one thing I want to do is be able to respec my traits. So we're adding that. So in case you're getting tired of Wanted or want to change your alien DNA, and you really want that new dream home experience, you get to choose that when going through the Unity. In addition, you'll be able to rechange your appearance.
Really
I did not know that that was a thing.
living that next second life, huh?
Exactly.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you guys want to share about this update that players have to look forward to? I mean, you've already shared a lot as it is, but...
We're focusing now on our Xbox Series X players with this update. We're giving them some settings where they can help prioritize between performance or visual. If they choose to
There you go,
prioritize
console
performance,
players.
the target FPS will move to 60. And for players that have TVs that support VRR, they'll be able to choose between VRR 40 or VRR 60.
In addition to the new features we just talked about, there are a couple of quality of life updates that we're introducing.
Oh, okay.
One of them is you can now
I love
toggle
quality of
eyeball
life.
cameras off. So instead of getting that sort of focus zoom in on whatever NPC you're talking to, it just stays in normal default camera mode. It's a little more immersive that
I know
way.
some people like to
prefer that.
play like that.
In addition to that, we're making the container and barter menus a bit more usable. We've added some tabs along the top, so it's easier to sort of see what container
Yeah,
or what.
I don't really like the way that they have the merchants set up in Starfield. I think they did a lot better in Fallout. But not even just the merchants, but like the whole inventory system in general. I don't like how they have it set up. But obviously, you know, the more you play, you get used to it. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm just nitpicking.
Inventory you're looking at, whether it's yourselves or your ship. And it's just easier to navigate. Basically, inventory and item management, it's a small thing, but it actually, I think, makes it a lot nicer.
So Tim, we just talked to Joe and Isfan a little bit about Update 4 and what's coming, but is there anything else that you want to talk about that's down the horizon?
So the team is working on our first land vehicle. So you can drive around on planets.
Land
Obviously,
vehicle.
we're working on more quests.
That's
and
actually sick.
The massive Shattered Space expansion.
That's all very
That's
exciting.
gonna be awesome.
What about creations? Anything you can share there?
I think we mentioned it earlier this year, but we've sent out our beta toolkit to verified creators. So hopefully more information on that soon.
Just a reminder, the update is available on Steam Beta today and will be
Oh.
available on all platforms later this month. So we'll see you in the stars.
That's pretty awesome. So it comes out May 15th, but you can play it in beta right now on Steam if you want to play it. What else we got in here? A little bit more information on updated surface maps, a little bit more information on new gameplay options, new ship interior customization tools, and then some more stuff on Xbox Series X, new game plus. Okay, so we're going over everything. Let's watch these videos. So this is going to be the surface map. Wow, look at that detail. That looks so much better. I don't even think the icons used to be there, were they? Like that? That looks way better than what the surface map used to. Like the surface map was just a blank slate. Yeah, the icons, man. This is awesome. Being in this city and knowing where to actually go is gonna make time feel so much faster. That's awesome. So these are the new gameplay options. Holy crap, there's a lot in here. Enemy combat damage, player combat damage, enemy ship damage, player ship damage, aim assist, ammo weight, carry capacity, cargo accessory distance, vendor credits, medical item healing, food healing, sleep healing, substance, combat affliction gain, affliction I'm not gonna environmental damage and afflictions, environmental damage restoration, save on rest, save on weight, save on travel. So you could bump all these up and probably get so much XP. I might have to bump all these up when the update comes out just to see how hard the game actually is on the extreme mode, of course. Oh, okay, so if you go down in difficulty, you're gonna lose XP, but if you go up in that difficulty, you'll gain XP. So it looks like a maximum of 8% and a minimum of negative 8%, it looks like here from what I can see. That's a really cool update. Let's take a closer look at the new ship interior options. Of course, I saw this in the video. Yep, this is what they showcased. You know, Starfield looks so good. They did really good on the graphics. This is gonna be awesome for people that really like the RPG aspect of the Bethesda's games. I like the building and settlement aspects of Bethesda. It's awesome. New games plus trait respecking. Of course, we saw this in the video as well. We're gonna be able to respect the traits that we select in the game. That's awesome. Of course, if you're starting a new game, you're gonna wanna start with new options. Now let's see what exactly they're talking about for these quality of life improvements. Not gonna lie, there wasn't too much in this video. I don't know what I'm looking at. I mentioned it earlier, I'm not a big fan of the way that they do these. I think that they can do a way better job at just putting a whole thing together for the stores. You know, they can just match it up like they did Fallout with the merchants, you know, just seeing their inventory and your inventory. I think that's a way better option than the way that they're doing it here. And then finally, there's a little note down here, the future of Starfield. This land vehicle, I cannot wait for this land vehicle. I want to look at a little bit more of this land vehicle. Let's see if I can find anything else on it. I can't find anything on the car itself, but I do remember seeing a little part in here showcasing the car. I want to check that out. All right, I found it. Here it is. So let's take a look at this little video, this little snippet that they have.
So The team is working on our first land vehicle.
All right, it kind of looks like a Mars rover, kind of. I mean, what did you expect? Of course, that's what they're probably going to be going for, but I wonder how quick it's going to be. How quick does it look like on this?
So you can drive around on planets.
It looks like it's still in the works. It was a little jumpy in the video, but hopefully it's not too slow. Hopefully it's not overly fast. When you think of like the Mars rover, I know the Mars rover is like super slow. So I hope it's nothing like the Mars rover. I hope it's like a cool car. Hopefully they just come out with a whole bunch of more cars, to be honest. Maybe they have some like Lamborghinis and stuff on space cruising around, or maybe they'll bring the Tesla Roadster. All right, I'm just talking out my